To be left out in the cold is an idiom that describes a situation in which someone is excluded, neglected, or abandoned, often when they most need support, inclusion, or protection. The phrase carries emotional weight, invoking the image of a person left outside in freezing conditions while others remain safe and warm inside. This vivid metaphor communicates a strong sense of isolation, rejection, or betrayal. The expression is commonly used in personal, social, or professional contexts. For example, a worker who is excluded from a critical meeting or decision may feel left out in the cold, especially if they had expected to be involved. Similarly, in friendships or relationships, one might use this phrase to describe being ignored or left behind emotionally, particularly after a falling out or a major life change. It signals not just physical distance, but emotional and psychological alienation. The origins of the idiom are likely literal. Being outside in cold weather without shelter can be life-threatening, especially in harsher climates. Over time, the physical vulnerability associated with cold environments was abstracted to convey emotional vulnerability. Just as being left outside in the cold exposes someone to danger and discomfort, being excluded or neglected in real life can leave people feeling emotionally unprotected, lonely, and even humiliated. In broader societal or political settings, the phrase can also describe groups who have been marginalized or denied access to essential resources. A community denied equal healthcare or education might be described as being left out in the cold. In these cases, the idiom takes on a more systemic and structural meaning, highlighting disparities and injustice. Literature and film often use this phrase to amplify themes of abandonment or betrayal. A character who has supported others, only to be cast aside when they are no longer useful, embodies the full meaning of being left out in the cold. The emotional resonance of the phrase helps audiences empathize with the character's plight. Being left out in the cold is not merely about exclusion, it often involves broken expectations or unmet hopes. It carries a sense of unfairness and emotional disconnection. Whether in a family, a workplace, or society at large, the phrase reminds us of the deep human need for belonging and recognition. In conclusion, to be left out in the cold is to experience exclusion in a way that is painful, isolating, and often unexpected. It highlights both vulnerability and the universal desire for warmth, literal or metaphorical, that comes from being included, valued, and protected.